an emergency.
Today on Rescue 911. Innocent children are in danger. A neighbor's careless aim explodes into a deadly disaster.
It was just a nightmare unfolding right in front of my face.
I loved my sister and I didn't want to see her die.
Plus, 911.
We begin in Ackworth, Iowa on the afternoon of May 12, 1994, when a young brother and sister went next door to play with a friend on his family's farm.
This is before.
Around 6:20 p.m., Stephen Montalbano returned home from work.
We live on a farm. We've got horses, cows, cats, chickens, ducks. We've been having a lot of trouble with dogs killing our chickens and ducks. The last people that lived next door, their dog killed 15 or 20 chickens.
Hey, get out of there!
I just assumed the worst again. I was shooting behind the dog. I wasn't trying to kill the dog, I was trying to scare it off.
When we continue,
I couldn't believe it was happening. It was just a nightmare unfolding right in front of my face, but it was real.
Follow unsung heroes saving lives and witness courage and compassion in action.
Okay, I'll be in the back. I'm gonna be in the back of the ambulance waiting for you.
Paramedics, next on Discovery Health Channel.
When a man trying to scare away a dog shot his rifle into a shed, he did not know his stepson, Andy Neal, had been playing there with friends.
JD! I was scared when the bullets came because I thought I was the one who was going to get hit.
My son came out of the A-frame screaming. I was just in a panic. I thought I'd shot my boy.
8-year-old Jeannie had been playing in the shed with her 9-year-old brother, Andrew.
My sister fell, screaming. I felt bad because there's bullet holes in her that had blood coming out. I was going to go run for help, and instead I remembered something from a show to help people stop bleeding. And so I took off my shirt and put it on the hole that was bleeding, closer to her chest. I loved my sister and I didn't want to see her die.
Stephen's wife, Barbara, had been next door at the neighbors.
I heard gunshots. I was just terrified. And then I heard my son, Andy, scream that Jeannie had been shot.
911 emergency. I need an ambulance. I have a gunshot wound. Where is he shot at? In the leg. In the leg. What kind of? I don't know. I haven't seen the wound yet. What kind? You don't know what kind 22. Of gun? 22. How old is he? It's a little girl. I think she's 9. It's my neighbor kid.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't believe it was happening. It was just a nightmare unfolding right in front of my face, but it was real. She was shot.
This is gonna hurt.
She said, "I'm gonna die." And I said, "No, you're not gonna die. Everything's gonna be okay." And then I saw that she was shot in the side of her chest. All I could think of was I killed a kid.
Put your finger in. You're not gonna...
I felt guilty. I felt ashamed. It's really hard to look at a little girl that's been shot, especially if you're the one responsible for shooting her. It's real painful.
It just seemed impossible that something like this could happen.
Your mommy's coming, huh?
Here's this little bitty girl. She's so sweet and so frail.
You're not gonna die, honey.
The second bullet had gone into her back. My biggest fear was that it was in her spine. I couldn't think of a more horrible thing for a little girl than to be paralyzed for the rest of her life.
Jeannie's mother, Emma Jean McAllister, rushed over as soon as she heard what had happened.
To see that bullet hole there was really an obscenity, a violation of a very sweet child, and very frightening because there was no exit wound.
911 emergency.
Yes, we just made a call for an ambulance.
Yes. Okay, we've got rescue en route.
But we're so far out that maybe an air flight would be better.
Okay, we'll check on that. Also, who was on the other end of the gun? Who?
I was.
Okay, you're the one that shot her?
Yes, this is an accident.
Warren County Sheriff's Deputy Gene Kuhn arrived within 11 minutes.
When I saw the wound in the chest, my concerns grew. A .22 rifle shell can ricochet off bone.
Stay with me, Jeannie.
There's a very strong possibility that a lung was injured or the heart was involved and that she could possibly die.
I did not let myself think about her dying, but in my heart, I was scared to death. I was afraid that she would be taken.
A Pleasantville volunteer medic unit arrived, led by EMT Chad Bennett.
First thing that's going through my mind, you kind of wonder why. What happened, you know? A child that young doesn't deserve to be shot.
It just tore my heart out. I would have traded places with her in a second, in a heartbeat, because she was so scared. I've never seen her so scared.
Here it is. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to see it. Just take it.
It was very distressing. It was so needless. Just a reckless, impulsive act, and a little girl was shot. People should think before they shoot. There were 3 children that could have died that day, and he'll have to live with that for the rest of his life.
8-year-old Jeannie McAllister was transferred to an Air Life helicopter and taken to Mercy Hospital Medical Center, where she was examined by trauma surgeon Richard Toon.
What's her last vital signs? Blood pressure, please?
102.
We did not know whether she could die at any time. We have to treat every patient that way when they arrive in the trauma room.
Check for exit wound. 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice deep breath.
Okay, there are no exit wounds here?
Okay,
the bullet's in here. We'll need an x-ray of the chest right away. These are the x-rays in your daughter that show the bullet that's left in her body. You'll see that right here, the bullet is just over the spine and the back. The x-rays show that the bullet had missed the spine by just 1/4 of an inch. If it had been 1/4 of an inch to the right, it would have severed her spine and she would have been paralyzed for life.
It hadn't hit any major veins or arteries. There was no major nerve damage, which was amazing. I felt relieved enough to sit down and just cry then, because if I could see the bullet away from her spine was fine.
Now, if she's running and playing in a playground and falls down.
Because the bullet in the leg was so accessible, we very quickly took the bullet out with just a single stitch. The bullet near her spine would cause more damage to take it out than to leave it in.
Jeannie girl. Jeannie was very heavily sedated, but she tightened her grip on my hand, and she stirred and said, "Mommy," which was the most beautiful sound in the whole world.
During Jeannie's recovery, Stephen went to visit her at the hospital.
Hey, honey. How you doing, huh?
He said, "I'm very, very, very sorry that I shot you. I forgive Steve because it was an accident. He didn't do it on purpose."
She's doing really well today.
I don't hold animosity toward him. Steve was, I think, as emotionally shattered by all of this as Jeannie was physically shattered.
Oh, look at his fin.
A month has passed. Although Jeannie is still suffering back pain, she is expected to fully recover from her injuries.
I thought that I was really gonna die. If I had one thing to say about the people who saved my life, I would say thank you for saving my life.
Every time you pick up a firearm, you're taking a risk of shooting yourself, shooting another person. You can drop a firearm, it can go off and kill you, kill somebody across the street.
You having fun, Jeannie?
Firearms are dangerous. I don't want to deal with maybe somebody else getting hurt.
Dance with Jeannie. Is Danny there?
Jeannie's family and ours have become friends. Instead of blame being put out Everyone pulled together and love was put out and support was put out.
Jeannie, Cowgirl of the West.
And we've all pulled together to try and really help each other.
Go get it. Go.
Next.
Next, step inside the command center where the calls for help are answered and meet the real-life heroes who save lives. Stay tuned for another episode of Rescue 911. Next on Discovery Health Channel. Real life, medicine, miracles.
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.